Hey everyone, how's it going? I'll be honest, I'm just kind of playing here with the Eclipse, seeing what we can get going. All right, but we're done with that. Now we got a program. Got a code. One moment. Pull a phone out of my pocket. Alrighty. Very good. So last time we were working on the magic system. We resolved our issue where we can now put magic in the right place in the move order. Move orders are consistent now, which is fantastic. We can deal damage with our magic now. I feel pretty good about it, honestly. So yeah, honestly, I feel pretty good about the magic system. I will need to add a lot of magic because right now I only have a few spells. There's just a lot of work to do. So what I need to do here, I think, thinking through this, need to start considering, start considering how do I combine magic? I think that may be my next step, right? If I combine fire and water, it needs to do something. I need to start not implementing it probably, but considering what it looks like. I do also need to implement all of the magic spells, like all of my magic list. As a CSV, I'll probably do some of that off stream just because I need to figure that part out, which is okay, not a huge deal. So I think then what that means is my next step here, let me pull up my Trello board. And let's see what's on the menu here. One moment. Let's see if that works. All right, look at that. Okay, so that is done. I haven't added any sort of abilities yet. I probably do need to do that. I'm gonna add this to bugs. So I might work some bugs. Let's look through this real quick. I need to groom my backlog. What do we got? So we fixed that. That's still an issue. That's still an issue that I need to work out pretty soon. That's resolved. So I think we're doing pretty well. I may do this one. May leave it. I might start doing animations on the magic. I think I want to mess with some particle shaders. I've never done them. haven't ever used them. So that'll be fun. That'll be a good thing. Let me go ahead and add that particle shaders for spells. That'll be good. Let's see. Absolute value of sign difference to angle difference. Huh. I'll have to look into what that one is. All right. I do need to work on my enemy AI as well. And then replace movement with cell dictionary. Interesting. Oh, I do have another. This, by the way, when casting spell near a wall, it actually does not allow me to cast above me, so blocks near path for next level. I think that was pretty easy. I think essentially let's do that one first. Okay, so here's what's going on. That'd be a good thing to tackle next. When I cast a spell, when I go to select what spell I want to use, we can go to target select. I use the same algorithm to determine what cells I can cast on that I use for movement. It really is okay. I fixed the movement side. I can't remember how I fixed it, but I did fix it. Actually, let me check that real quick. Essentially, yeah, in my grid cell, I'm making sure not to grab the highlight cells. Am I doing that in the magic? I don't think I want to use this anyway, but I'm just gonna check. Okay, I am. There's no ores, so yeah, that could be part of it. World.get use cells. I may need to go to like grid cells. Actually, that may have been how I fixed it. Let me go back to move select. Down here I have world cells. Okay, and then I added that in there. Yeah. And so I doubt I have that in here. Let's just copy that. But ultimately, I don't want to use the same method, because what I probably need is a new function just for attack. And I've run into this on attack a few times, where you could attack somebody if you have a long range attack without actually having to walk to them. And I don't want you to have to walk to them. So I can ignore some things. So I think that's my next step. First, let me go ahead and check just to see if what I'm thinking is the problem is the problem. Maybe there are extra things. Just the enemy's position list. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. But either way, not a big deal. Because I'm gonna be changing this anyway, and it works for movement. So, all right, first thing I need to do is go ahead and copy this. I don't need the heuristic or the get neighbors, but I do need this. So I'll go ahead and copy that, and I'll just call this Jigstra attack. Okay, Jigstra attack will be a little bit different. So let's go over to my target select. Really, anywhere I use Jigstra in attack spells need to be Jigstra attack. Because you should be able to, even if you can't move to it, you should be able to use it, which means I can probably use every cell and the ones in between. So yeah, so that'll be a little bit interesting. I'm gonna have to think that through. And I can use my buildings probably to make that work. Huh. Yep, gonna have to think about it. But that's okay. That's what the new function is for. Okay. Let's go ahead and change the attack select to Jigstra attack as well. I think it still works out. Jigstra. Okay. That must not be an attack select. Or I am spelling Jigstra wrong. I am spelling Jigstra. Okay. So let's go to attack select, and it's right there. I'll change it to Jigstra attack. I don't know that anything else uses that. I could kind of look through here. Movement, of course. Enemy attack probably does. Enemy attack doesn't, which is interesting. But active enemy probably does. Yeah. Attack cells is Jigstra attack. And I don't think I really need to change any of the inputs. I think all those inputs can stay. What I think I need to do, let me look at this. But I think I can ignore some things. So like one of the things is this right here. What this does, I need get neighbors for attack. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so what that does is it looks above me. Essentially it looks at the, one moment. Okay, so what this does is it's looking at if grid my position.y is greater than 0, so if you're changing elevation. And you are, so this would be greater. So this is your change in elevation down, right? Because this would be essentially your new elevation is higher than this one. And your current position, the cell above you. So essentially this is the cell above you is in the grid. Just don't add it to the neighbors. Also, what this does is if you're looking down, okay, wait. Let's analyze this for a second. Okay, so grid IX, so in the next location over, but on your same level. Interesting. Okay, so essentially if you are currently higher than the grid you're going to, if you're higher than the grid you're going to, and the grid you're on and there's a grid underneath it that's at the level you're on, ignore it. Okay, well, I'm sure it's doing something. I'm going to make a comment here and say, what in the world is this doing? Because I forgot. I'm going to have to go find that stream where I implemented that because I do not remember that. It is late. It's like almost 10 o'clock. I'm a little tired. Maybe I'm not remembering something right. But that's okay. All right. So I think what I can do here, though, is ignore all of these. Okay. I do have if reduced grid I, so reduced grid is just the X and the Z equals the neighbor's position and the elevation position that I'm going to minus the position I'm at is less than or equal to jump distance. Oh shoot, I'm modifying the wrong one. I think that's all still valid. Only jump distance is really attack range. Probably worth updating. Attack range. Am surprised here that I'm not passing that value down in here, but instead relying on a global variable. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Sort of. I don't like it that much. Attack range, all I'm doing is effectively changing the names, which is fine, I guess. Okay. Attack range. The only thing I want to make sure is that jump distance isn't in any of these. Jump distance. It's in regular get neighbors. It's in A star enemy, and Jixtra. It is not in any of my attack ones, which is good. Okay. So I got rid of that. Let's see if that fixes the glitch. I have a good feeling. Let's check what we got. So the way to reproduce this glitch is you come here, and when you hit magic and cast, so you see this? That's the glitch. And so essentially what it should be doing is it should allow me to kind of walk up that way. But what's actually doing is it's making me walk around it. Let me make sure that glitch doesn't exist with movement. I fixed it at one point. I just want to make sure I didn't break it. Okay. Nope. Which is good. Attack has the same glitch. Okay. So I think let's go fix it. Oh, you know what? I did switch to Jixtra attack, right? But I didn't switch in Jixtra attack. I didn't switch to get neighbors attack. Okay. Very good. Let me do something here real quick because this is fun. All right. Okay. I don't know why it's so hard to log into Streamlabs. When you type streamlabs.com, it takes you to something. I'm gonna add a new command here. Potentially. Add command. Okay. Is that how you spell it? I'm gonna add a Jigstra command because it's kind of fun to say. Let's see what we got. Jigstra. Okay. We're okay. Let's see if this works. Let's see. And well, it didn't work. Might take a second to update. We'll try again here in a bit. Let me make sure I spelled it correctly. Okay, well, we'll try it later. That's no fun. I may be on my... Actually, you know what? The other brilliant thing they do is... Yeah, this is my YouTube account. That's okay. Let's ignore it for now. We'll come back to it. So YouTube... Here, let's do it on YouTube. And... maybe still nothing. I don't know. That's okay. Not too worried about it. We were just having a little fun. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here then is I just made sure that the Jigstra is referring to the right thing. Here, I'm just going to do it here. While we're here, we're going to implement it. I think it's working on YouTube. It's okay. Let's do it later. Okay, so then let's go ahead and play it. I think I fixed this. So now we can look at whether it's referring to the right thing, and it should resolve my bug. Again, the bug was when I cast a spell or used any kind of attack right next to my wall, I ended up missing a square. So let's see if that fixes it. And that fixes it. Okay, so the fix here. So the fix here is essentially what I did here was I have two versions now of this Jigstra thing. One of them just kind of goes through like normal, and then this right here prevents me if I have any tiles above me when I'm kind of going through. It prevents me from jumping into that tile by not adding it to my neighbor's algorithm. And then on this side, I just removed that for the attack. I don't think the attack one is perfect. So, hey, BWAG. So I like that I did kind of flip it, right? Where it's got its own, but I do think I have to make changes to it. And I'll show why I think that. Well, I got to think about how I could demonstrate this. I may have to turn on navigation on these two buildings and turn range really high. But essentially, my magic right now, which seems to be working pretty good, but when I have any sort of range over a gap, I have a feeling that as long as there's a gap, I won't be able to cast through. Actually, I got to test this out. One moment. Let me test this out because I feel like this bug's going to exist, but I can't prove it. So let me go ahead real quick and open up my world node. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah. Very cool. That'd be cool. What sort of languages are like aimbots scripted in? And then the question, Python can do it too? Nice. That'd be great. And then the question is, like, do you have to navigate around anti-cheat, or does Counter-Strike 2 not have anti-cheat? That does sound like fun. I'm sure it's going to be a cool project. Let's see. And that could be challenging, right? If you had to navigate around anti-cheat. I mean, it could be fun, I'm sure. Let's see. I just need to instantiate a new scene. Really, I just need this. And man, I changed up my display here. I think I can do it in the file system. I just need to find world. Man, I gotta organize this. This is so bad. Okay. Now I have world. This is my world. First off, let's go into here. Let's go ahead and delete these things. Maybe. Are those at -1? No, right? Oh. No. Let me add the grass back. Okay. Those are at 0. Why can't I delete them? I'm very surprised to see I can't delete them. Unless I'm just not deleting correctly. Interesting. Okay. Well, who knows what was going on? Oh, you know, well, okay. So these are offset by like negative 0.99, right? So they sit on top, right on top of the next layer down. Maybe I was just missing something. I'm not sure. Okay. It is okay. Let me see these. I need to see which of the cells I can walk on. So obviously I can walk on my grass. And my grass is navigation layer 2. I should have a regular floor that's also navigation layer 2. I don't know what my I don't know about collision layers. Okay, like this. Town road should be 2. I'm kind of guessing that like I'm just missing a one of these being 2, which could have been that one. Let's see. I'm just gonna open these up. See if there are any that I'm missing. And see if that lets me navigate to them. So let me go ahead and turn these on. I won't use them for sure. At least no time soon. I need to go build like a grid system for everything else. Because I do really like my grass, right? And I really need stylized assets for everything else. And I just gotta go build those. But it takes time. And I'm not proficient in Blender. But I can get textures pretty easily. Let's see. I think that's most of them. Okay. And the bridge already set. Okay, that should do it. They have really bad anti-cheat. Very nice. Well, that's awesome. By really bad anti-cheat, do you mean like really hard to navigate, or like really bad as in it doesn't do much? One thing I have to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to set my spell range to like 10 or something. Attack range. I'll do it just on fire 2. I'll make it like 10. Okay, so I need to go jump up on one side and see if I probably can. I probably can cast around that. I might have to make a different little taller building. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, when did Counter-Strike 2 come out? It's been like 2 decades, right? Let's see. Okay, so ultimately now I should be able to cast the spell. I should be able to cast Fire 2 across. Okay, I need to make it a little tighter. It needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across, and my building needs to be taller so I can test this. Or, actually, I'll set up a building right next to it so I can test that. Hey, Wasu, how's it going? Let's see. So I'm going to make this like a normal attack range of 4. I'll make my fire attack range of 2. And I'm thinking, so this is 0, 1, 2. I might need to make it like might need to make my building a little bit taller. What I think I'll do is just come up here and go to floor 4. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's build a wall on 3, actually, first. I'm just gonna kind of build this up a little bit. Oh, this is actually on 2. Alrighty. This is so hard to see anything in this editor for some reason. Maybe it's just late. Okay, I'm just gonna build a little. I guess I could go top down like that. Like that. Just a little tower for me to test some stuff. Like that. And then go to floor 3. Let's build another tower. Like that. That. And so what I'm doing is just building a tower up so that I can sit on top of that tower and cast the spell across. The goal is that it doesn't highlight the cells down below, but it highlights the cells that I can reach. I don't think it's going to work, to be clear, because the way it currently works is like an A-star algorithm. And I think I need to do something a little simpler for actually like magic spells. Okay, so there's my tower. It is on floor 4. So then what I would need to do is I can build it over here, and I'm just gonna go 1, 2, just right there, and those can float, and that's fine. So then I'll go check it out and make sure that I can go across that gap. The bridge may be in the way. I might have to get rid of the bridge. Actually, you know what? Let me get rid of, just to make this simpler, let's do that. So there's one floating cell. There is no way at all an A-star algorithm will get to it. I really highly suspect that I get up there and I'm not able to cast. And that's okay if that happens, because it's what I expect. Okay. All right. Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why didn't it load my world? Did I not save it? Whoa, interesting. Maybe save all? I very clearly updated the world. But it very clearly told me, I don't care that you updated the world. What is happening? Okay, do I have to edit it direct from here? I shouldn't have to. Editing it from here should be perfectly fine, because they reference the same thing. That's interesting. Unless for some reason I Yeah, no, like when I open an editor. Huh, okay, let's save all. That's really interesting though. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and close. Good to go, and then I'll open it back up. I'll let it reload the thing up. That seems really weird. All right. Huh. Yeah. I must have made it unique. And I guess that's what... That's just accessing it as a unique name. Cancel. Okay. I mean, maybe that's fine. It's okay. I'm just gonna not worry about it too much and just go ahead and build. Did I not update? No, I know I updated those. That's all right. I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll just keep going. Obviously, I don't understand the mysteries of the grid map. To me, that makes no sense at all. But I should have very, very, very clearly copied over. But, you know, is what it is, I guess. Not a huge deal. Okay. So let's go ahead and build a little tower over here. Here we go. We're going to build a tower right here. All right, go up a floor. Build a tower. All right, going up a floor. I'm just gonna put a little roof on it. Okay. And then I'm just gonna come out one. Put a little roof there. That way I can test it. Okay. So strange. That's okay. Not a big deal. I need to figure out why they're not the same. When I edit, they're editing the same file. I might have like accidentally instantiated like a local copy, I guess. So I think I must have done. But that's okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Run him up there. They can wait there. All right. So now when I cast magic, here's what I expect. My hypothesis is that it is not able to hit this square. My attack clearly doesn't hit that square. I don't think magic will be able to either. Magic can hit that square. What about fire one? It could be just that the range is too high. Yeah, okay. It's just the range. Okay, so what is happening then is that my current algorithm for detecting what squares I can use, it actually goes through and says, hey, can I form a path? Like I've got this range. So it is like the path it's taking is walking down there and then walking back up, right? I need to update that to instead ignore heights and capture any cell that has X and Y coordinates. So let's go modify our navigation node. All right. So let's see. So here on the neighbor, I think this is the problem, is I can just get rid of this. I think if I get rid of this, we're golden. Hey, Cameron. What's going on? Not sure what you're looking for there. All right. Sorry, I'm pulling this up on this side. All right. Very good. So let's go ahead and run it. We'll test this out. Very good. Okay, let's go run back over here. Doesn't take that long to get there. All right. We're just running over here. I'm running on top of that tower so I can test the changes I made to the navigation, essentially the TAC calculation. I've got a little tower, I've got a little floating square, and I want to show that I can reach that square. I don't know, because there is going to be like a height, right? I need to figure that part out. Okay, that does fix it, right? The only problem is now it doesn't take height into account at all, which may be okay. For attacks, obviously it's not okay, because like I should not be able to attack him from all the way up here with just an attack. So obviously that's not okay. And so like, for example, one thing you'd be able to do if I didn't fix this is I could attack with a completely melee attack all the way up there. Not okay. So I have to think a little bit better than that. But the neighbors, I guess, is okay. What's not okay is maybe at the end. At the end, I think I need to walk through, and when I'm printing the list of cells, where's that at? Okay, extra attack. Where is this? For path items and path, I can say if path item. Let's see, when do I add this to path item? Path. Okay, so path append is current node dot position. So that's going to be. Let me think real quick. It's returning the path set, which I think is all of the things. It doesn't have a target. So I think here I can say if path item dot position or path item dot y minus where I'm targeting minus where I'm at, which is start dot y. If the absolute value of that, so essentially the distance between that, is less than attack range, so essentially I'll use my attack range for up and down, then set path item to essentially set my path to this, and that'll build up my dictionary and return my path set. Okay, I feel pretty decent about that. Let's give that a go. Ooh, path item not declared. Is it path items? All right, it is path items, which is an interesting choice. But that's okay. All right, so essentially now what I've done is I've said, hey, you know, if the distance that you're trying to cast a spell up and down is greater than your ability to cast up and down, just ignore it from this data set. But I leave it in there when doing the calculations, which allows me, hopefully, to skip gaps. That's what I'm essentially trying to prove right now or trying to work out is, like, movement, you can't really skip gaps, right? Like, maybe I could do some jumps or something later. Like, right now, it's pretty simple. But right now, if there's a gap in cells, you just can't get there, which is good for that. When I'm doing attacks, magic or otherwise, there's going to be a range, and that range really has nothing to do with gaps, right? For a ranged attack, gaps are fine. So this should allow me to do that. Let's see. So attack, yes. So you can see now, right? I can attack there, but I can't attack down here. I can cast fire there, but not down here, which is perfect. Fire 2, though, I think I probably can if I charge it up a little further. I can cast down here, but not. Okay. I think that's exactly what I want. So yeah, I think this is working now because it'll calculate the cells, but it won't use them if they're not in the range. So ultimately, I feel pretty good about that. Okay. That problem solved. Fantastic. Let's pull back up Trello. I think I made a... Actually, I didn't even make a ticket for that one. That was a freebie. Good deal. Okay. So now I think what I want to do here, I'm going to take... Let's see. I'm going to start, I think, looking at the enemy AI and start looking at the priorities. Right now, I have, you know, a playable game. It's not perfect. There's no animations right now on the magic system, so I need to create particle nodes for that. So that's one option here. The enemy AI is something. It needs some help. So we'll work on that a little bit. And then, but honestly, yeah, I mean, it's a fairly playable game. There's no mana either. I will probably, thinking through that, I will probably go ahead and implement a mana system next. Let's go ahead and add that to the Trello board. Let's see. So ultimately, yeah, I think implement mana is the good next stage. And then I've got to go update the UIs. So I need to update UI with mana, and I need to update the UI with update UI with spell damage. So this right here is a tactical RPG. So the idea behind it, right, is it's going to be an RPG. It's going to have, level up system, all of that. It's going to have a story. The story essentially is you start out and you're in a world with no magic. And then somehow there's something, magic's going to kind of come into the world. Now, whether that's like, everything's getting super blue. I decreased my cloud coverage and everything got blue. I'm like, turn those back up. So that's wild that makes such a big difference. Anyway, when magic comes in the world, everybody's gonna start learning it at the same time, and so I'm gonna implement some sort of magic, wild magic system where you can learn magic. And you can see here, like when you go to select magic, you select an element, and then based on how long you charge, right, you can see like there's no known magic here. There's fire 2, and it depends all on charge time. And I can select like way down here, like to actually cast a spell. The chances are they're going to move before that, right? But I could do it. So the idea is that you would learn magic. Like if you cast longer spells, you have a higher chance of learning like stronger magic. And you'll be able to do some things like combine magic as well. So like right now, I don't have that implemented, but essentially, let me get another character over here. So essentially like what's going to be able to happen, like if I have fire and I mix fire with fire 2 somehow, which again isn't implemented, you would either get a stronger fire or something. Or you could mix different spells, right? Like maybe I mixed ice, water, or whatever with fire, or whatever. You can go implement those other spells. So that's kind of the main part of that game. And then this is a glitch. This glitch, when the enemies, only when the enemies pass over each other, they take kind of a zombie walk. But that's a known glitch I gotta fix. So yeah, so they're still pretty early in game development. So I'm kind of prototyping right now. I'm working on kind of a demo. You can see like obviously the textures and things aren't quite there, but we're working on it. And I'll get to where we can cast some spells here. Obviously I don't have animations in the spells yet, but yeah, it's getting close. Yeah. So I'll have, like right now I just have fire, water, and earth. But my plan is to have somewhere between like maybe 15, 20 different elements. So right now here in my elephant class, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Right now these are my element classes, right? Earth, fire, and water. But just for prototyping purposes, I'm planning on having somewhere, on the order of 10 or 15, just enough where I can mix them up, right, and keep it interesting. Idea behind like allowing me to just like select an element and then kind of go down is I can keep this UI really clean. The thing I was worried about when I was thinking through this game is you would end up with a lot of spells, right? If I was going to select a spell from a list, and I didn't want to overcomplicate it. Thanks, appreciate it. It's been fun. So I'm pretty new to it. I started maybe 3 months ago, streaming, pretty much every part of it. So if you want to go check out, everything should be on my history. Long way to go. My background is in avionics development for commercial, defense, and now space. So it's very different industry, obviously, but it's been fun. So I really like game development. I like making things, right? And so this has been a good time. Right now I have no mana system implemented, so that's next. So I think that'll be helpful, right? Kind of balance it out. Right now you can just cast whatever spells you want. It's way overpowered. Like here I could just cast Fire 2 and just beat them every time. And so yeah, I'll have a pretty long story. I'll have lots of levels. And there you go. I think it's going to take a long time. I think an RPG at all as a first-time game developer is pretty ambitious. But it's fun. I enjoy doing it. And so my goal here is I want to get the first like vertical slice. What does the game look like? How do you play it? And then I'll go ahead and load a demo onto Steam. I also got to think of a name. Once I get a name, I think at this point, since I have a lot of the graphics and things, once I get a name and a main character, I will I'll create a Steam page. Yeah, of course. Thanks for popping in though. All right, so I'm gonna start implementing a mana system. Catch you later. Yeah, hopefully catch you soon. I usually stream Mondays and Fridays, so let's see here. So I need to add mana. Let me see if I have mana already implemented. I do already have mana implemented, which is good news. And then I think I have mana cost already implemented in my spells. I do, which is good. Let's go ahead and do Earth 2, just so it's there. Hey, Loki. Good evening. How you doing? Good to see you. How do I word that? What are you up to tonight? Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add some damage modifiers to this. Go ahead and create up this spell. 1, and then we'll make it like 15. I can't remember what I made the other ones. 20. So right now we're working. Oh, very, very good. Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping in. What kind of project are you working on? We are currently working on implementing the mana system for our tactical RPG. So we've got kind of our magic system working. We can cast spells, we can deal damage. We have the basics of the RPG done, and now I'm working on kind of fleshing out the mana system. I don't think it's gonna be too bad here. Oh, a text-based RPG. That's kind of sweet. How far along are you? What have you done so far? That is cool. I think text-based games, I think they're cool. It's a dying art, I think. So that's pretty exciting. And they can, I think, be very, very good, right? So I'm excited to hear about it. Do you have like story and everything already? Or are you just getting started? And let's see. Okay, so yeah, the way this works right now, what I need to do now is I need to create. I have really bad UIs, and I'll flesh out these UIs later. I need to go ahead and add, like, when I open up my mana, maybe like next to magic, I could probably add the mana cost there. Again, I'm gonna completely redo all these UIs. They're just placeholders for now. So what I'll probably do then, on this mana label, let's see if I have the character. If I don't, I have no, which I guess is okay because I have it on this. I just need to grab update the label here. How am I updating this one? Because I update this one with player name. Very good. So you're getting set up. Kind of pre-alpha build. Oh, you actually have a test, huh? Oh, nice. Hey, if you ever need a playtester, let me know. That sounds like a good time. So, well, very nice. I think that first kind of pre-alpha playtest is going to be huge. I haven't done it yet. Nobody's touched my game really outside of me. So, but it is something I need to start thinking about. And I think, ultimately, I think once I get my demo in, I'll probably pass that along to be play tested. Because I think there are going to be a lot of just things, right, that I'm just too close to know, if it's intuitive or not. Oh, very cool. Well, sweet. Yeah, the story is a hard part too. So if you got that, you kind of at least storyboarded, right? You probably have a leg up. Pretty sweet. Yeah, that's cool. If you're interested, don't feel pressure or anything, but if you're interested, I do have a Discord and would love to see it if you want to post a link or anything. Again, no worries. Do you stream it on here, or are you not streaming? I guess is the opposite. I guess it's getting late here. My words aren't working too good. Let me see where I'm updating the label. I guess it's here. Yeah, player label there. And then I set player label up here. Okay. So yeah, so player label, and then I can export var mana label and add that. Waiting, doing the first level as the demo. Very nice. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I was listening to a lot of people talk about like how Valve specifically does playtesting, and their philosophy is playtest as early as possible, right? And then as you're playtesting, like be getting feedback, and like every week be making updates and playtesting. Now, obviously they're a huge studio, so they can code really fast comparatively. But I think that, that feedback's so valuable. So I think that's a good call, and I really want to get there. It's I gotta develop a network of people that can playtest. Maybe it's a good idea to pass it along in the Discord or something. Because that is a really good idea to kind of playtest just as soon as possible. I guess I could do mana label in here. Mana label dot text equals string character dot mana. Do I have current mana and max mana? I don't think I have a max mana. I guess I don't have current mana implemented yet. I may have. I do have mana. I just need current mana. I'll put it up by current health if I can find it. Hey, welcome back, Bub Beats. Joined a few Reddits and posted there. Nice. That's a good idea. I'm gonna put that on my Trello board. Generate prototype executable for playtesting with Google Forms. I think that's a really, really good idea to start getting feedback. I think, when you're coding something, it's so intuitive just because you coded it. You know how it works inside and out. I definitely have some, hopefully not complicated mechanics. What's the name, Bub Beats? I'm really trying. Like part of my UI design and stuff. I mean, the UI design, like aspects aren't good because they're just they're not done yet. Like they're not graphically good. But the I'm trying here to make the UI as simple as possible. I broke my game. It's just because I don't have a variable called mana label with a dot text. Runes and ragdolls. Very cool. I'll think about that one. I kind of have a story in mind. I kind of talked through it a little bit. And so the name I've been trying to think of is like, okay, what conveys the idea of a world that has no magic and then magic coming out of that, right? Oh, just for playtesting, like the code name. No, I like it. I like it. I like it. Not bad at all. See, my creativity, I can code. I can think of mechanics. My creativity levels for naming stuff is so bad. We've been, we're developing some avionics equipment at work, and my team, we've been trying to name it, and the names are so bad, like acronyms that are like 20 letters long and stuff. And it's just not my forte. We'll consider runes and ragdolls. We'll sleep on that one. See what we want to do for the prototype name. Because if I do build like a prototype, we'll have to name it. We'll have to make sure we have something. Spell sedition is also really good. I need to start capturing these names and start thinking through it. Let's see. So I need to create a node. I think I've got mana label. That's just going to be this. So mana label.text, character mana. And then what we'll do is out of, right? Actually, we could do like this, comma, character mana. Actually, we want character current mana. Slash out of character dot, Chatiker, character dot mana, comma, like this. Yeah, you have a better one than spell spedition? Let's hear it. Dungeons and Dragons. Man, that rolls off the tongue. I say it's pretty genius. I think that's $1 million name. You should trademark that. If I use it and make any money on it, I'll give you 100% of all profits. Definitely a solid name. I crashed my game again. Okay, so I crashed it because I didn't create a variable called current mana for some reason. Let's check. Yeah, I know you're joking. I hear you. Should be a current health. I have health. Let's see. Current health. Variable current mana. And then what we'll do is just set up on ready. We'll say current mana equals mana. The thing I also need to do, I'll do this first. I also need to make sure that I'm passing that along to when I go to cast a spell. It shows the spell cost. Yeah, you can do it to anyone. If you want to post it in general, it's a pretty new Discord, so I don't have a lot of channels set up. If you want to post it in general, you can. I think I just have like a channel for general, and then I have a channel for like coding help, because we were doing a lot of coding help in general, and it was clogging it up a little bit. So yeah, if you want to post it in general, though, that's where people were sharing some stuff this morning too. It's like, that's good. Okay, so yeah, I can see my mana now. I haven't implemented actually removing mana. Eldritchen. That's good. I've been thinking for weeks on what the final name should be. So we gotta keep thinking about it. But yeah, I am really interested in seeing this game. Let's see. So now I pass that along to magic. When I cast the spell, I can do that, I think, in this casting magic state. Let's see. So when the spell gets cast, I gotta think, do I want mana to go away when you finished casting the spell or when you start casting? Probably when you start casting, which means it would be part of confirm magic. Once you confirm, I want to pass this confirm magic exited signal to the players, which I might already be doing. Nope. So let's pass this along to the players. I'll need to do that dynamically. Yeah. What are your element suggestions? Actually, in fact, what I probably should do, and I'll do that right now, I'm just going to create a channel for suggestions on the Discord. And in fact, element suggestions, I think it's really good to like capture there. So there's a new channel there. Feel free if you are in Discord. Otherwise, put them in the chat. I'll go add them to that Discord. You got to think through there. Technology is an interesting one. It's hard, I think, because of the context of the game. But I think that is a really good idea. You may need to join the Discord. I think I posted a link. Let me know if you can't see the link. Yeah, technology isn't bad. I got to think through how you'd implement that, because like you'll have lightning, right? You'll have all the normal elements. It could be good. Definitely worth thinking about there. If you're in there, post some spell ideas too. Like what would technology look like, right? What would the spells look like? I'm curious your thoughts. So I'm just going to do confirm magic. So the reason I'm doing it here, right? Because you can't absolutely use like a connect, right? You could go in here and you could connect the confirm magic exited signal by going here and connecting and clicking on all of the people. However, this is a tactical RPG. And in a tactical RPG, there are going to be potentially hundreds of different characters that you can pick. And so I'm being really deliberate about being modular in my approach to this. So anytime I like link to a character, it probably won't be the same like character node that the people are going to use every time, right? They're going to want to change out their team. They're going to want to build up new people. So instead, you have to do that dynamically, right? So this is essentially the dynamic way to connect signals. And so this is going to be confirm magic exited. And in fact, I probably want to implement this in a mana, so I have damage here. I probably want to enter it in the magic node, because anyone who casts magic would have to have mana. Wish element. Yeah, those are interesting elements for sure. Those are good ideas. See, I was thinking like my thoughts were all the basic ones, but yeah, could be cool. Yeah, keep them coming. And if you're in that Discord, post them in there and I'll check them out after the stream. So yeah, I think here then I would just need a function. We'll call it mana. So confirm magic exited. Actually, let me check before I connect it to that. Let me check here. So we'll say like mana cost is what we'll call a function. So we'll have a function here called mana cost. Mana cost. I don't think you would ever you'd ever need a mana node by itself. Like I have a damage node by itself because like you could attack and not have damage, right? I might have like an object that has a certain amount of health and I need to be able to deal damage. I don't think you'd ever have the same with mana. So I think I can just put that in the magic node. This goes back to that modular thing, right? If I add a wall that I want to knock down. Here, Bub Beats, let me hit you with the link. Let me know if that comes through. Oh, you know what? My stream here, let me just post it. For some reason, my stream bot is not echoing the link. There you go. Let me know if that works. I don't know why my stream bot's not working. It must be off. That's okay. Okay, so let's see. So then what I would do is have mana cost here. I need to pass along the spell, which I might not be doing. So that might not be the right signal. So confirm magic exited. Okay. Let's see what other. Oh, sorry, I have confirm. Yeah, so confirm passes along the active player, which is really good. And the selected cell. Magic cells an additional priority. It doesn't pass along the actual spell. Do I need it to? I think so. Anything else I got? I got confirm magic entered. I may just add, how many things do I have on confirm? Just 2? Yeah, I'm probably just going to add the spell to this. I think let's see, magic selected. So I already kind of have it. A target magic selected. So what I can do then is just have a new spell up here called current magic selected. I already have it. And then what I'll do is down here, I'll say current magic selected equals target magic selected. Maybe so, yeah. That is interesting to think of, like, kind of different elements, right? Oh man, yeah, that looks pretty legit. How long are those videos? A minute? Do you care if I pull that video up and play it on stream? I'm curious to watch it, but let me know if you don't want me to do that. And if you don't want me to do that, I won't. Loki. All right, let me do that because I am very, very interested in this. One moment, let me turn off my music because it sounds like there's some audio. Let's see, and then I need to. Let's see. Okay, cool. I'll follow you also, so I can check you out. Oh, sorry, I got an echo. Let me real quick. I got to rearrange a couple things real quick. First, I'm going to follow you so I can check you out, and then it's movie time. Let me share my Discord window here. One moment. Okay. And then I've got to real quick pass audio. Let me real quick just see. I don't know which one of these will do it. Maybe this one? Let me try this out. Yeah, you can hear that, right? All right. I'm going to shut up now so we can watch this. Oh yeah, that looks sweet. I really like the visuals here. Oh, I'm sorry, let me fix that. One moment. Sorry, I have a filter. One second. Thanks for letting me know. I see. Yeah, it's cutting off a lot. I'm seeing it on my screen. You guys aren't seeing it on yours. One moment. I'll rewind it a little bit too. Here we go. I'm gonna just hit rewind a little bit so you can see the class get made over here. So as he was populating it, what you guys missed is the class is populating over here. Six random images per race, very nice. I like this, yeah. Very cozy feeling so far. I like it. Did you get your save system working? Oh, here you go. All right, claps around. Man, that looks great. How long? Let's watch this other one here. Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, it feels really modern, right? I mean, that's great. Man, I'm excited. Definitely going to follow it. Definitely going to hopefully play it someday. No, yeah, fantastic. Great job. Super cool. Excited to see how it comes along. You'll have to keep me posted there. Let me see. I got to fix my audio now. Sorry about that. I'm not sure at all what happened. What in the world? Okay, let's go here. Okay. Well, sorry for killing your ears with that bass. Yeah, I think I noticed the pond possibly moving a little bit. Honestly, I kind of like the aesthetic, but that's preference, right? I mean, I think that's the value you get of like having a large playtest. The only thing is like you're gonna hear the negatives, right? I mean, people might say like, "Oh, I liked how dark it was," but probably not. You're gonna hear it's a little too dark. But I thought it looked great. So, no, that's super cool. Well, if you got any slots in your playtesting thing, I'd be happy to playtest it. It looks right up my alley. It does look like fun. So, congrats. It really looks really good. And I'm following you now, so I'll, when you're streaming it, I'll make sure to check you out. But yeah, thanks for popping in and sharing. All right. So I'm implementing a mana system. I got distracted by the shiny text-based RPG. It looked really good though. Alrighty. Okay, so here's what I got. So now I'm needing to connect the signal. I think I can do one of two things. Either when I exit, I can connect that, or I can go ahead and connect it to confirm. Probably confirm's the right place. I just have to go update this to add the spell, which is probably important. So this actually might end up being important for animations anyway. I gotcha. Yeah, brightness slider probably would be really good. And yeah, I didn't mention it because we were watching that, but I'm in the same boat. I got two kids. I have he's almost 3, turns 3 in July, and I have a 9-month-old. In fact, my channel, I've had these for a while, but my channel emotes are actually my oldest son here. I did get some good poses there. But yeah, so I have a 3-year-old, almost 3, and a 9-month-old. And so yeah, it's usually once they go to bed, I try to come up here. Been pretty consistent about Monday, Fridays. It is hard to be consistent. And then, a couple times throughout the week. But it's fun, it's relaxing. And honestly, like my energy levels even have been so much higher just due to, I think, doing something I enjoy every night, right? Or most nights. But yeah, no, it's pretty sweet. I'm excited to see it progress. Okay, so I am passing along the magic now, but that means I need to go update these to go call out magic, and I'll do this. The little underscore just means I don't intend to use it there, and so the debugger ignores it when it says, "Hey, you haven't used this." New priority actually would need that as well. And so target grid and active player. How did I miss all those? That's all right. So yeah, let me go add that also to there. And see that this is one of the oh, interesting. This is one of the negatives about doing the dynamic one moment. This is when I'm creating a magic node. So this is after I confirm. This is okay. Okay. So yeah, that's one thing about creating the unless actually I'm rethinking this. Maybe I should pass from here. Do I have a signal coming back on here? I do not have a signal. Okay. I'll keep it in my states. Okay. So anyway, that's the negative about doing the dynamic thing, right? Is I can't follow them like this. So it's really nice when I have static nodes to be able to follow them. However, I'm not always going to have static nodes. So that's okay. I just have to be careful. So pass along magic selected now. And then in my magic node, I am going to grab the confirm here. Dot connect mana cost. We're actually going to call this confirm spell or charge spell. Charge magic, because I've been trying to use magic over spell. Charge magic. We're going to change this to charge magic. What this is also going to let me do is trigger the animation at the same time. So what I would do is I would say character dot animation tree dot start, and then I will say the name of the animation, which I don't have right now. And we want to reset. So that line I can't do yet because I don't have the animation unless I added it. You know, sometimes I do just add stuff. I have magic attack. It's okay. What I need is I need a charge. So I need like a magic charge animation that I can send him into. So it's fine. We'll find that later. I'll go to Mixamo, see if I can find some animations. Okay. Ultimately though, going back to my character magic node. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna say character dot current mana equals character dot current mana minus, and it'll be magic or cast magic dot mana cost. Let's see if it's mana cost. So when I cast the spell, it is mana cost. Okay, great. Then what I need to do is go ahead and pass all those values into here. This is on confirm magic. Let's go ahead and grab one from one of the other instances because they already have the underscores and they already have better names for received. So go to confirm magic. Go to like camera. I'll grab these. Loki, do you have a Steam page or anything yet on your game? And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put this in my magic node. Here. Only I do want magic. I'm going to call it cast magic. And I think that's really all I need to do. So I think that there would subtract my mana, which might make the mana system pretty easy, at least for now. The whole thing is, it's going to get more complicated, I know. Like right now, everything is super simple, and then there's going to be a lot of balancing. So I want to get to a point where I can playtest, which is probably pretty close. All right, so let's see. So right now, and then the other thing I'm going to need to do is calculate, hey, how much mana am I spending? And say like, can I use this, right? I might have to highlight a different color or say like, not enough mana. And then next to it, it probably needs the mana cost, right? I've got to think about how to do that. So ultimately, I've got 30 out of 30 mana. And then I'm going to cast. Let's wait. Wait. You can cast your spell. And now let's check what I got. Now I got 10. Okay, it worked. The only thing that doesn't work right now is if I cast the same thing here. Notice I can cast it first off. I gotcha. I was just curious. So now I'm at negative 10 mana, which is not okay. So the next thing to do will be to implement a system where I check if I have enough mana to cast the spell. The first thing I can probably do is just when I put the spell on the page here, it should just at least say the mana cost of the magic. Okay, so cast magic name, and then what I can do is space, maybe just one space, parens, one paren, comma, cast magic dot mana cost, comma. Where are you planning on putting it? Are you planning on putting it on Steam, or just kind of what are you thinking? More just curious again. Feel free if you're not sure or anything, feel free to ignore me. Not trying to press. Just trying to know where I can find your game when it's out there in the wild. All right, let's see. So now what that should do is when I cast a spell, well, it does. There may be some that are longer, so I might have to go word wrap. I don't want to go word wrap. Probably just make my priority list wider. But it does show me how much mana a spell is going to cost. And then I wonder if I should... One thing I might do is the longer you charge it, right? Because I could charge this for like as long as I want, right? I could charge this way down here, like 25 turns or something. I might make that every time you make it further, like make it cast like, you know, one extra mana. But then at the same time, maybe it's a little bit stronger. I gotta think through that. That might be a good mechanic. I have to think through that. Okay, for now, this is okay. The next thing to do, so I'm getting the mana cost here. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that'll be cool. I think it'd be really good on if you had like a demo, because it just looks so good, right? Like screenshots and everything on it are gonna look great. So I'm excited to see it there. Then what I think I should do here is I need to calculate whether I can cast it. So every time I have a selection, I probably need it here. Let me think about this. I probably need here, I probably need to say and. Yeah, this should fix it. So essentially I would say and cast, not cast magic, it's going to be and magic list, total magic list dot. You know what? I probably should just set this to be, it's like magic here. I should set proposed magic equals this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to repeat that over and over and over again. Variable. Proposed magic. Speaking of kiddos, my son may be waking up. I might need to take a quick break and check on him. I'll see if he actually wakes up. He's usually sleeping through the night, so he'll probably put himself back to sleep. But we'll find out. Okay, so that, yeah. Every time I hit the monitor, I'm like, oh no. The other night he was sick. It was rough. We had both of them sick for a few days, and yeah, it was tough. Okay, I think that's what I should do. And then I'd say and propose magic dot magic cost is less than character or ready player 0 dot mana. Like this. Let's see, is he going to bed? Oh no. It doesn't look like he is. All right, lay down, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, he's still in a crib for now, but we need to go to a toddler bed. He's getting there. We're dreading it. We waited too long. And so I think he's going back to sleep. We waited too long, so he's still in the crib. And getting him to stay in a toddler bed, I can't even imagine what that's going to be like. I imagine he's going to be wandering out of the room all the time. Okay, so what I did essentially was say, hey, if the magic cost is that, then allow me to get to it. Otherwise, I'll just never get to it, right? Which should prevent it from ever showing up. So then I should never have a case where I end up with a spell selected that does it. But it allows me to select earlier spells anywhere on the list. So, oh, I broke it. Okay, magic cost is not mana cost. That's why. All right, let me pull this back. Yeah, and I imagine it takes forever a lot of times to get them back down after that on a bed. Like my son right now, he's in that stage where he wants to play all the time. So like you're getting ready for bed and he's like, want to play with the tractor? I want to play with the tractor. And then he tries to delay. He's like, want to read a book? Want to read another book? He's definitely part of the one more book club. But it's fun, you know. Let's see. So that needs to be mana cost. Hey, Bear Like Lion. Working on a tactical RPG. So I'm currently working on the magic system. It's a pretty unique magic system, I think, and I like it. I'll show you it right here because I'm testing it. So essentially, this magic system, the way it works is, so the setting of the game is essentially you are entering a world that doesn't have magic pretty early on. I don't know if you'll open like a book or, you know, something will happen in a tower somewhere away from you. You've seen GIFs of my game. Oh, really? Okay, nice. Very cool. Well, I'm glad you saw that. And yeah, so yeah, I did get pathfinding working pretty well. So that's fun. Works very well. Yeah, so essentially what you do is, like in the game, magic's gonna be unleashed in the world, and the whole concept's gonna be like everybody's gonna kind of be learning magic together. And so there's gonna be a lot of mechanics about like learning magic. So the way this works is you would select an element, right? And then based on how long you charge it down the, this is the priority order, so these are all the characters. Based on how long you charge it, depends on what spell you would cast. And then a lot of times you won't know a spell at the beginning, right? And so you would like get to a point, and like if you cast it further down and charged it longer, maybe you would like unlock a spell that you could then learn by spending experience points. Something like that. That's kind of the general concept. Still working it, obviously. It's really interesting that you saw a GIF of me working pathfinding. I really don't have a lot of, besides my streams, don't have a lot of content. I think I have that one. It's a like a short, YouTube short. And then I think I have like one more YouTube short or something. I do have a lot of clips made. I am waiting right now to post them until until I figure out a name for this thing. Oh, interesting. Okay, so one thing I just noticed, there's a bug. Two bugs. So the first thing is, see the 0 here? I think I'm subtracting everybody's mana every time, or I'm not capturing my current character's mana. And I think the big thing that I'm doing is in my script here, I'm probably not checking to make sure that active player is my current player. Groan Lancer. Okay, cool. I'll have to check out Grow Lancer. I've never heard of it. Oh, really? Okay. Hey, I'm happy to help, Bear Like Lion. I did figure I have gotten pretty good at pathfinding. It was complicated. This is the code for pathfinding. But I'm happy to share it with you, and I'm happy to help you get it implemented. For sure. So let me know if you want to help on that. Are you making like a grid system? I'm looking up Growlancer right now. Might have some ideas in there. Okay, like JRPG. I do like JRPGs. That's kind of what this is going to be modeled out of, like the art style, I think. So a PlayStation game, huh? And it's a tactical RPG. Okay, I'm gonna check that out because that seems like it's very similar to what I'm working on. Couldn't get enemies to path around them. Oh yeah, 2D pathfinding. This is 3D pathfinding, which is honestly it's very similar. I bet we could get that working. We can here. If you want, we work on a lot of this stuff where people will kind of have code issues in so Growlancer Generations. I'll look it up. We work on it in Discord a lot. It's getting late. If you want to join, feel free. Otherwise, pop in and I'm happy to help. I do feel like the navigation is one thing I've kind of gotten down now. It's taken me a little bit, but I think I've kind of got it figured out. I think we could adapt this for 2D. Fairly simple. It'll be the same process. So this is a fairly popular algorithm. It's called A-star. But I see it, but there's not a lot of code out there for it, like for GD script. So I did create this. Really, the Wikipedia article is a good place to start. I know it sounds silly, but I can also share this in the Discord after this stream. So let me know if you're interested there, and I'm happy to put that in there. Crunching for your demo right now. Let me just pop it in there now. So this is you'll need a couple things. You'll need the A-star algorithm. You'll need I'm gonna go pop this in like a notepad. 1 second. Hey Journey, how's it going? Let's see. Let's create a new thing here. I'm just gonna pop this in here because you'll need a couple different things. You need that. You need the heuristic, which calculates this is essentially how close you are to your goal, and you need the thing here. Yeah, I don't. It's gonna be too long probably for that. I don't have Discord Nitro, but what I can do here is I can save this here, and I'll save it as A-star implementation. Oh, one thing actually before I do that, let me go ahead and capture the global variables you're gonna need. Are you doing this in Godot? Doing pretty well, yeah. Just copying this over to help Bear Like Lion real quick. Start looking over some of this A-star stuff. But yeah, so we're working on finishing up the magic system. It's getting pretty close. Right now, we're working on the mana, kind of the mana system here. Let me just share this in Discord. I'm just gonna put it in the coding help section. All right. And there you go. And then we'll choose a language of is GD script a language? GD script is a language in there. There you go. Yeah. Feel free to look at that, and then I can pop in Discord at some point over the weekend, and if you have questions, we can work through it. But yeah, so right now we're working on that. I did realize a bug where if we go to this magic node where I'm subtracting mana, this signal gets sent out right now, triggers this, so this signal gets sent out and triggered. It triggers on everybody, so everybody's mana is subtracting. What I need to do is I need to say if active player, and you can see that through a couple things here. But I essentially need to say if active player equals character, which is my parent here, right here. Then do this. That's going to prevent me from casting on everybody. Okay. It did not like that. Oh, I need to be the same as character. So let's check this out. Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, so we're working on the mana system. What are you working on tonight, Journey? So now when I do this, that's at 30. I'm going to spend 20 on casting Fire 2. And they still have 25. Great. I'm going to spend 10 of theirs. And they still have 30. Okay, that seemed to fix that. Let's see, they can cast their spells. Okay. And now let's see. Now they have 10. So now I don't think this is going to work first try just because code doesn't work first try, but it should prevent me from going down here. It doesn't yet. That'll be essentially, let's look at that and see what we got. So essentially it shouldn't let me highlight Fire 2, and it is. So you're working on class balancing, a leaderboard. That's cool. Oh, very cool. So your game is probably pretty far along. I'd be interested in seeing that too if you want to pop in where you're at. Again, I'll probably check it out over the weekend a little bit. Okay, so let's see here. I actually had quite a bit of confidence in that. I was like 85% confident. Now I'm like 10% confident. Let's go back to the priority list. Is that where I was? No, I was in the... maybe I was just in the magic... Yeah, I was in the priority list because I was figuring out which spell to use. Okay, so I say here... Survivalscape. Oh, cool. So you have a Steam page. Nice. Okay, yeah. Definitely crunch time. Then absolutely I'm happy to help you out. I'll take a look tomorrow. I do have both of my children tomorrow all day, so it may be tomorrow afternoon. I'm letting my wife go pamper herself for Mother's Day, so she's gonna go have a massage and enjoy the morning off, afternoon off, and yeah, celebrating Mother's Day. So yeah, in this case, I've got proposed magic, which is what? It is the total magic list magic dot mana cost, which is real, and that should work. Oh, here we go. So I just did it minus total mana instead of current mana. Yeah, I think she'll enjoy it. I think she'll have a good time. Having 2 kids can be super stressful. So I'm glad I can give her some time where she can get some rest. Let's see. So what we'll do, and yeah, I'll check out your Survivalscape. I'll check it out on Steam. I do want to create a Steam page here before too long. The one thing I need to do really, I think, before I create a Steam page, because I can get some pretty decent screenshots, right? Like these look pretty good. The shaders on the like movement squares and stuff look pretty decent. The attack ones look pretty good. I don't have any animations for spells. I need to do that, and I need character models because Mixamo generic colored character models like this are probably not going to be conducive to a successful Steam page. So I'm working that side of it, and then once we get all that done, I'll be able to create a Steam page. And then, yeah, I'll have to do a demo. I think once I get a vertical slide, and I probably need to change like the back. It doesn't need to be sitting on top of this giant plateau or have, obviously the walls have really bad, texture. Thanks, appreciate it. Actually, the UX, the UI and everything, it's one part I need to work on a little bit, but I do like the layout, right? Okay. I put less than, you do less than or equal to, but I need to change the theme, right? So right now it's very generic. Like when you click a person, their picture needs to pop up, just kind of basic stuff, but I need character models first. I think once I get character models, I'll start working other stuff. Oh yeah, Casey, we are way ahead now. At this point, we are working on mana. And we're close, actually. We're actually pretty close to mana. So I'll show you where we're at as I'm testing this one. Okay, so that just needs to be less than or equal to, and that should let me do this. So yeah, this was actually Wednesday. I ended up streaming yesterday, Casey, because it was keeping me up. So yeah, so right now, the problem we were having on Wednesday was that I couldn't place a spell on the priority list somewhere and have it stay there. So yeah. Yeah, but I think Mixamo is so good for prototyping, and honestly, it's really good for character rigging. So I will probably continue to use Mixamo for character rigging and animations because it's nice. But yeah, I need to create my own characters. So yeah, so I did get this. They go in the right place. I can even put magic on top of each other. So like if I put it before fire 2, right? It stays. You can watch it. So the way I did that, and I'll walk through that in a second, I guess. Let me finish testing this mana, but I will walk through with you because you were here the whole time. I'll walk through with you kind of what we fixed. It was very frustrating, and the solution is a little bit. It's simple, which is good. It's easy to follow along, and it makes sense. But I did have to change up a couple things. Nothing too major. Okay, so now I have 10. So now I can cast fire, but not fire 2. So yes, that works perfectly. And then I can go over here. I'll go ahead and get hit. Oops, that's okay. All right. And now I'm out of mana. Oh, I actually can't even click them, which is fantastic. Is that true? Oh, I can. Okay, never mind. It's just no known magic. And I might just put like out of mana instead. So that's great. Okay. That's looking really good. That was really the goal today. All good, Journey. That was really the goal. We get a good sunset as we're talking through this. So I've got magic pretty much implemented. The things to add, I need a system where I can mix spells. So like if I cast water here and then I cast fire at the same time, I want to be, as long as I wouldn't be able to mix that. I want to be able to mix spells though. And then a couple things I'm considering is going down the list. If there's not a new spell, should I have it cost more mana potentially for more power? Got to think through that. Not really sure what I want to do there. Couple decisions to make, but ultimately not too bad. And obviously I need animations. Fire and water could make a storm-like spell, or a tea. Maybe fire and water just makes warm tea. Let's see. Yeah, I have to think through what all the things do. I think I'll create like a CSV and probably pass it around Discord to say like, hey, what should these combinations be? What are all the spells? That'll be kind of fun. I think we'll kind of crowdsource that one, and it should be a good time. That would be really funny to combine fire, water. You maybe fire, water, grass. If you combine fire, water, grass, you get tea, and it heals. That's kind of funny. There may be some Easter eggs like that. We'll mess with that. I do want the ability to combine, like maybe even 3 spells, which is ambitious because if I have 10 elements, this is assuming low numbers, so I may have more. If I have 10 elements and I have 5 spells each element, and I have that's 50 spells right there, and then combining them all, we're talking, tens of thousands of combinations potentially. So gotta think through that one. I don't want to get too crazy. All right, and probably no more than like 3 or 4. So maybe not tens of thousands. Maybe we're talking like 50 times 49, maybe 50 times 2,500, maybe tens of thousands. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So let's see. Yeah. So what I did for the priority, I'm just gonna start with the top here. Everything was changed in here. I did reset make the player's priorities. I needed more space. The big problem was that I couldn't, within the priority list, get enough frames between people's turns. Oh, the mods got mad at your language. Auto mod. Let me check. Oh, weird. Yeah. I wonder what auto mod's problem is with that word. Here. Allow. It still censored it. Interesting. Okay, well, I can't pretend to know what I'm doing on Twitch. I almost know what I'm doing in Godot. Not quite there yet. Almost there. I'll have to learn Twitch next. Okay. They didn't like creep. They didn't like the word creep. But it's fine. Okay, so let's see. So ultimately, I ended up setting the priority here to 1,000 instead of 100. Let me pull that up. That is really funny. So here, end up setting everybody's priority starting at 1,000. I needed frames between everybody's turns, right? Because what was happening is when I would try to put a spell in between people on the priority list, the problem was there weren't any frames between their turns. And for those that don't know, because I don't know if you guys were all on while I was talking about it, every frame that I'm in this advanced priority state right here, I add the player's speed to their priority count. And then once their priority count hits that max priority, which is 1,000, it ends up being their turn, right? So there weren't enough frames in between characters or whatever to actually be able to put magic in between there. So I had to space it out. So I ended up making it 1,000. And then what I did was came in here and said, hey, walk through my character list and just put 10 frames in between each character. That's enough room for 10 spells. If I wanted to do frame by frame by frame, right? Then the problem was, so that worked. That essentially created enough room where I could go through and add spells in between people and have plenty of room. And I simplified the code a lot, right? Where it's just, I take the number, I subtract it by 2 because it needs to go current space, spell space, and one before that. And then subtract the speed by 1 so that I catch in that frame. But ends up putting it just in the one prior frame. So then, that's great. That works perfectly. The problem was when it ran, it would have to run through like 100 frames, which at maybe not 100. Yeah, I guess 100. Which at 60 frames per second is like almost 2 seconds. And so you're sitting there between turns for like 2 seconds, and there's a lot of lag. What is perceived as lag. So what I ended up doing, I ended up implementing a system where when it calculates whose turn it is, it takes into account what their current priority is minus their max priority. So if I go over their max priority, it's okay. It just keeps going. And all I did is when I generated the priority, like actually put them in the list, I just multiplied their speed by 10. Where's that at? Just multiply their speed by 10. Hey, Journey. All good. Appreciate it. Yep. Have a good night. And catch you soon. So yeah. So pretty good. We're about to end anyway. I think I'm going to jump in Ableton for a minute and maybe work on the OST and then call it. So yeah, it works perfect now. I've had 0 issues. I'm sure there are bugs that are going to come up, right? Calling it perfect probably isn't great, but yeah. Let me see. I realized too, Bear Like Lion, I think it censored you earlier too. I wonder what's going on. That's all right. I don't know why it's so touchy. So yeah, so then I reset I don't have the scalability yet in my Windows. That's on the list of things to do as well. All right. So yeah, so ultimately, I can put something anywhere. Like if I put it down here between Alara and Garrick, I can show you. It just, oh, okay, it stayed there, but okay. Alara and Kale shifted positions. Is that okay? Okay, so that's a bug. I didn't notice that before. I mean, it's essentially staying in the same spot, but Alara's moving around. I talked it all up. And of course, when you talk about it, there's a problem. We'll put it between Arya and Kale there. It stays in the same order. I don't know why. Yeah, I think you're the problem. It's you. Yeah, that was interesting. Like, if I put it between Alara and Garrick, maybe it's just a first turn thing. So you can see it stays between Alara and Garrick. I gotta figure out, let me add that to my bug list. It looks like it's working fine now, but let's see, what is this? What am I at? I'm at, right now it's an unverified failure. Move order changed when casting spell, and it wasn't that the spell moved. The spell actually stayed in the right order, but everybody was moving around them. At least Kale and Alara were swapping positions, and they shouldn't have been. because they have the same speed and everything right now. Now it's working, so it's at 154. So let's check that out. Okay. T-Swizzle, that's right. So yeah, Arya's out of mana, unfortunately. But okay, so like if I use magic here between Garrick and Dan, right, it stays there. So I think it works well. I don't know why. Maybe the first turn has some problems that I need to work through. But other than that, Arya and Kale, right, other than that, it works perfectly. I could even put them on top of each other, and because it's counting like by frame. The one thing I do have a bug on, and I know I have a bug on, is right here. It's going to cast in the right order, right? Like Alara, who's on the left right now, should cast first, then Kale. And it does, but for some reason on the priority list, maybe it didn't. I thought it switched. Maybe I fixed that bug. So yeah, and so now when you're out of mana, there's no known magic you can cast, right? So all of that works really well. Let's see. So between Kale and Alara. And let's see. There you go. Now everybody's out of magic. So ultimately, pretty happy with that. So on the magic system, I think really what I have left is combining spells. I need to obviously expand my magic list. I may post a Excel in Discord. There's a suggestions place. Feel free to pop them in there. And then I need to, I think I mentioned combining spells. And then I need to think through like, and I'm going to add a Trello card for this. Okay, cool. I'll check that one out too here in a second, Loki, before I switch over to Ableton for a few minutes. Okay, so this next one is research. Maybe it's not research, it's like decide. Should powering up a spell longer deal more damage, cost more mana, like within the same spell level? I don't know if I want to do that yet. I got to think through it. It'd probably be like steps, right? Like Fire 2 is way stronger than Fire, but you could charge up Fire by charging it more. I'm definitely going to have a mechanic where when you charge it up longer, you can learn the next spell easier. So I got to think through that. But ultimately pretty happy with where we got to today. I probably won't spend a whole lot of time in Ableton, but I do want to spend a few seconds because I haven't worked on it in a couple days. Just working on the OST a little bit. But first, let's check out this new video here. One moment, let me pause. I gotta switch projects here anyway. So let me pause that and jump over and I'll get that video started. Oh, and there's no audio. 1 second. Sorry. Let me get that out of the way. 1 second. I'm going to reset it. I got to turn my mic back on. 1 second. There we go. Sorry. My mic runs through Ableton. Let's try this again. And I'll go ahead and play my OST while you're doing this. So this is like the full thing here, showing off some of the different classes. I see your mini map. Very nice. So you're kind of walking through the different places. Yeah, this is cool. Maybe the music is setting a little thing. By the way, the melody is placeholder melody. Don't judge it too much. Very cool. Yeah, you've got a lot of the stuff in here. I'm excited to try it out and play it. Thanks, appreciate it. I do like the general concept of the melody. Yeah, this looks super cool. Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah. It seemed like a lot of battles. I was just thinking every room might have had one. Yeah, I think RNG is hard because it's like the computer obviously can't do random, right? So generating like a random system that actually feels random is so hard. Like Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff, they claim to be like an attack has like a 90% chance. In reality, they make it like a 99% chance because they know a 90% chance doesn't feel like 90% to the average person because we're really bad at statistics. Gotcha. That's cool. No, yeah, I like this a lot. Yeah, I like how you're kind of tracking where you're going and everything here. Really, it's tough, Casey. Look up the Golden Road. The Golden Road is a chord progression. This game is this is a game Loki's working on. So this was Loki popped this in the Discord. The music is mine. The music is the OST we're gonna work on here in a second. But yeah, Loki is this is a game Loki's you're about to release a demo on it, Loki, right? So it's coming along. We're just checking it out. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Loki. I think Loki said he doesn't have a Steam page or anything yet, right? But follow him. Sounds like that's the best way to check it out. It looks really good. I love the aesthetic, and you can see kind of the movement here. I love the kind of retro feel to it. Fantastic. Great job. All right. So yes, I'm gonna work. Oop, I'm catching the next thing here. Sorry for the screams here. All right. So yeah, so I'm gonna spend a little bit of time. Probably gonna spend long here, probably like 10 minutes, and just kind of mess around here, trying to really kind of lay down some feelings. And I think I kind of have the general feel. I do want to clean this up. I do like it, but sorry, grabbing my my MIDI controller here. 1 second. 1 second. I need a longer cord. Give me 1 second. But I do like the feeling of this generally. I need to clean up the change. I might go right now. It's 1 second. All right. Just couldn't get anything over 30 seconds. Yeah, creating movement I think is hard. Okay. Yeah, that'll be cool to get kind of animated. The animated backgrounds, I think, add a lot, right? It goes from like a regular text-based RPG to kind of like a little more immersive. So I think the part I want to work on tonight, like I said, I only want to spend like 10 minutes on it because it is getting late and I'm losing my cognitive function. But yeah, I just want to spend a little time on this transition here. So one of the big things, I really like this build. I think it's hard. So the chord progression I'm using, by the way, is called the Golden Road. You'll find it a lot in anime and stuff. It's 4-5-3-6 progression, and so it'll really feel like it just doesn't resolve, which I think works really well for video games. So right there, I don't know. So it's like a... I may go to that instead. So right now it's going to the 6. Right now it's going. Yeah, I may go to that. Let's see. Yeah, I think going to that note, and then the chord. I really should go to the 6th. I think I already am going to the 6th chord. Let's check that out real quick. You want like a visual hit indicator of the enemy picture? I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. That was like I put those little labels over, and it really adds a lot. I think it feels more like it's like immersive. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, that'd be really cool. Kind of like I can picture it like a slash, like a white slash that comes across the screen. Maybe the screen shakes a little bit, like old school Dragon Quest. So yeah, I think this needs to go to an A, and then I can maybe move this around a little bit, something like this. So it'd be like. I don't like that string here. Let's see, where's this at? This one? Yep. Let's see, so what chord am I on there? I'd be on the 6. Back to the 4. Well, it's going to go 6, 4, 5, so I'll be on the 5. And if music isn't your thing, we won't be here for too long, so. So yes, I should be on here. Let's see if that sounds better. I got you. Yeah. Hey. I think that works pretty well. Yeah, music puzzles can be tough if you couldn't hear them. I've heard people talk about like some of the music puzzles in other games and like not being able to hear the difference and just get nowhere on them. Let's see. So I do shift here. One thing to note: do I go back? I think I might go back to my normal progression starting here. Then the question is, should I? So right now I go from a 6 to a 4 to a 5. No, I go to 3. Okay. 6. And then I go back there. I feel like I need to do that a little bit better. Let me think through that. So how many instruments? I just have a few. So I've got my piano here, right? I have, let's see, we'll go through them all here. I didn't realize you couldn't hear me, sorry. It was probably because I haven't quite figured out, what's going on here. But yeah, ultimately, I have like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, transitions can be tough. That's why I have like this step up, right? So I'm trying to like gradually kind of build it here, and this is a big build. And so trying to just step up through this whole thing, I think you have to create obviously you have to create dynamics and just filling sonic space. So that's why I bring in the bass here. I think empty noise is like your best friend, right? Like I could start this whole thing off with like the wind lead and the violin, right? Everything just up front, but then there's no room to grow when you're doing like a solely instrumental. Like drums, yeah, drums can carry dynamics, that sort of stuff. So if you don't have that, I think you really have to use your empty space. And you have to do like dropouts like this. I probably want to do something like, well, I might have that for a few bars. But So really, you got to take that sonic space and just open it up. So like in this case, not filling a lot of sonic space right here. There's a lot of room, right? And then right here, I'm gonna. This is kind of like a middle ground violin. Start to fill up some of those mids, right? And the highs are up here. And then right here, I'm gonna add in the bass, and it just fills up all that room, right? So it sounds big, like nothing's really louder, right? But there's just more sonic space being filled, and I think that's kind of the secret here to create the dynamics. I think there is where I should drop out with both of these. So keep this short. I'm not sure, yeah. Not sure if I only wanted to go for 4 bars. It's a music soundtrack, or a game soundtrack, right? So it doesn't need to be super long. What I'm picturing, right? I'm picturing like a trailer of some kind. Sweet, thanks Bear Like Lion. Thanks, appreciate it. That's what I'm kind of doing now, is just kind of trying to get the vibe. Well, I think the secret there is reverb and delay. So I'm not sure if you're using reverb and delay, but like if I turned reverb and delay off right now, it would sound, I can do that, actually. So like then if I did this, which I think there's some reverb and delay built in, but see, not nearly as good as just smooths it out a little bit. Okay, yeah. Thanks, appreciate it on the good trailer music. I think it's gonna work out pretty well. So I'll try to do something like that. I have pretty heavy reverb. So like the reverb I'm using is pretty heavy. You can see it shapes the sound a lot, actually. And then the delay I'm using is a lot lighter, I guess. It's only like a 20, like I could turn it way up if I wanted, but which doesn't sound too bad. This is just a lot cleaner. But yeah, a little bit of delay I think goes a really long way and just helps with transitions. And then obviously this is just way too long, but yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of going for. Just a short, this is already 2.5 minutes, which I think is long for an OST. But yeah, just trying to do something really short here that catches people's attention, kind of conveys what I want like the game to feel like. And so I got to think through that too. Like this will probably, like when I'm talking through the trailer, it'll probably be something like, a normal, somewhat. I want to introduce gameplay pretty early, so maybe like, I don't know. I might introduce the story here. Definitely on that build is where I would start introducing like the combat, right? And so you kind of see casting spells and stuff. Can you get more than like 30 seconds? Yeah, I'm not sure. How long is your chord progression? I do have a pretty long chord progression, so it helps. Like this, I think something big's gonna happen here, right? And then I think like if you pull it up and look at it with like the vibe of the game, right? Something like, oops. I can see it, right? So I think it'll work out pretty well. Oh, your whole chord progression's 2 bars at 90 BPM? I got you. You may extend it. My full progression, just for awareness, is 8 bars at 100. because it goes through and does 4 5 3 6 4 5 6 6 and then repeats. So it's pretty long. Hey, Bear, like a Lion, do you care if we check out your game on Steam? We're about to end it. I'm about to call it a night. But before we go, I would kind of like I'm going to watch your demo either way. So I can either watch it here or I can watch it after stream. But, your call. Let me know if you're comfortable with it. If you are, I'll watch it. If not, then we'll go ahead and call it. In the meantime, we'll start looking for someone to raid. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the background so it's not quiet behind me. But all right, let's check. So I'm going to find someone to raid while that's working out. Let's see. Thanks for hanging out, though. I think we got a lot done today. Really enjoyed coding and hanging out with everybody. Next time, I think I'll stream again on Wednesday. And next time what we'll do is we'll probably... So we might start working on some magic animations. That could be fun. I'm going to decide between magic animations and combining magic, I think. I'm going to keep it on the magic side until we get there. Yeah, the full progression's 8 bars, so it's pretty long. Ableton snap my MIDI controller. I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you mean like, can I play, then yeah. You mean like snap it to the grid? Yeah, so what you should do is you should quantize it. So I haven't quantized this. This is all raw, so this is just me playing. But yeah, if I wanted everything to be on beat, I would quantize it, and it'd probably sound a little better. That actually didn't look like it moved at all. Maybe I did quantize it. You can set up auto quantize. So I don't have it set up right now, but I think it's in preferences. I think there is if you go to audio or MIDI, somewhere there's an auto quantize. It can. I don't have it doing it as I play right now, but it could. And that might be good. Anyway, I didn't hear back from you, Bear, but maybe next time we'll check it out. I'll see if you're comfortable with it, and then we'll find someone to raid real quick. Again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. And we will talk soon here. Let's see who we got. Let me go to my stream manager. They've got a new raid system, which looks a little bit different. Let's see. Oh, man, I don't want the music to run out while we're... Okay, let's see. We'll do smaller, similar size. They've got this new thing where you kind of pick, what you want to do here. And it gives you tags and their language and other stuff. We will raid Orbim Mordor. Don't know who this person is, but give him a hey, guys. And we'll chat soon. Thanks again for hanging out, everybody, and have a good one.